and welcome back to Big Movie Mouth Off. We're still here at Groovy Cinema Pub, reviewing movies. I'm Jeff Weiss with MSN Entertainment.
And I'm Jimmy Martin with Slug Magazine. You can find Big Movie Mouth Off on Xfinity Channel 6, also on Channel 1 on their on-demand system, under Utah On Demand, Salt Lake Alternative. It's right there, Big Movie Mouth Off. Just waiting for you, waiting for all that fun stuff.
New and old releases, things that are now on DVD, Blu-ray, and on-demand, as well as things that are currently in theaters, such as The Place Beyond the Pines. It's, in a way, Ryan Gosling's follow-up to Drive, because this is more like
similar.
Drive than Gangster Squad was. In this, he actually reteams with his Blue Valentine director, Derek Cianfelice, who wants to tell a sprawling story of crime and fathers and sons and obligation, and
It's a generational tale.
it's a generational tale. By the way, Ryan Gosling is a motorcycle stunt rider. He's turned to a life of crime because he just discovered he has a son and he wants to be in his son's life.
Well, that's what you do.
And he needs money to do that. There's also another story involving Bradley Cooper as a cop
Yep.
and more, but I don't want to say too much because that would spoil the film
spoil
in a way.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Luke and the Heartthrob.
Romina here? Who's that guy?
He's yours.
What can you tell me?
I heard from you in over a year. You just took off.
My son and I should be around him. I wasn't around my dad. Look the way I turned out.
How are you going to take care of us?
I can't think of another line of work that I'd rather be in.
You're so smart, you can do anything you want. Just don't understand why you're doing this.
I'm a cop, Jeff. Got a kid? You want to provide for that kid? You got to do that using your skill set. And your skill set? Shazam.
All right, everybody who wants to live, put your hands in the air.
105 in pursuit of suspect.
104, I got a visual on a motorcycle.
Tell him it's for me. I'm still his father. I can give him stuff.
Hey, I'm Officer DeLuca. We're here to search your house.
What for?
We're looking for the money that Luke Glanton may or may not have given to you.
14 grand.
The lion's share is going to our hero.
This is your problem. This is our problem, and I'm bringing it to your attention because that's what I should do.
I want to do two in one day.
Yo, get up!
I'm not going to let you bring us both down.
There's a way out of this. You're not going to like it.
This film spoils itself, honestly.
It does, because it grows glaringly obvious as it goes along.
You say it becomes glaringly obvious in the 2.5 hour plus running time. I mean, you've got a lot of time to figure out what's coming around the corner. And then once you figure it out, you've got about another hour and a half to go. I'll say this. I'm a huge fan of Ryan Gosling. I almost said the kid can do no wrong. And the first 45 minutes of this film is basically Ryan Gosling-centric. So I enjoy this part. Now, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'll just say when the film is redirected towards another character, I lose interest.
Bradley Cooper, and
immediately.
it's not because of Bradley Cooper.
He actually does all right.
Yeah, but this story is so much less interesting than the Ryan Gosling part of the story. It's so much less interesting. And there are characters and themes throughout the film that could have been explored throughout an entire 90-minute movie that involved Ryan Gosling, instead of a truncated 45-minute story that comes to an abrupt end and then shifts gears almost glaringly in a completely different direction and turns into a movie that I grew less interested as it went along. By the way, when it climaxes with a tale of two teens who have not superficial, connections to both Ryan Gosling and Bradley Cooper's characters, I really got less interested.
That's the problem with it too. These two, I'd say teenage actors, to me had absolutely no chemistry on camera. You hate them, not for the characters they are, but for the performance they're giving.
Yeah.
And back to Bradley Cooper, I mean, we've given Bradley Cooper a lot of crap throughout these years.
Right.
But we were very honest, and at least I think I liked it maybe a little bit more than you. But with Silver Linings Playbook, I think it's almost like a change in his career.
Absolutely, he's taking a step. He's taking a step forward.
And that was a giant step forward. I'd say this one's maybe more of a baby step. Still fine. It wasn't awful. But then it's like, I'm not kidding. It's really sad that right when Ryan Gosling is not the focus of this film, it just declines until it nosedives right into the ground. And
that
like I said,
that final 40 minutes is a chore.
Oh, it's almost unbearable.
And again, we're talking about the themes of redemption and fatherhood and crime, and it's punishingly heavy-handed in that final third. It's
as in Drive, it's a hammer over the hand.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm making it sound like I hated the film. I didn't. I really, really, really liked that first third.
I wanted a film of just that.
Absolutely.
and even maybe a part of the second, but
absolutely. And the themes that he's trying to explore could have been expounded just in those stories and not with this generational.
It's basically
it's Terrence Malick light, is what it is.
Yeah,
I hate to say
it's really like 3 short stories, and one you'll love, one you could take either way, and one you just want to throw in the garbage.
Absolutely, which is not good filmmaking and good storytelling, especially when it comes to, as you said, nearly 2.5 hours, which is much, 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 much too long for a film that doesn't have the weight, despite the performances and despite what seems like a weighty subject matter. 2 stars.
That's actually, that's where I am. I mean, if it was not for that
final third.
But I'm saying the first 45 minutes is what keeps this film afloat.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely, because it's at least a 3.5 star first quarter. 2.5 half star middle section. A 1.5.
I'd say 1, maybe half. Okay, yeah, 2 stars for me, 2 stars for you. It's one of those things where you saw so much promise and then just watched it die in front of you.
Absolutely, and I don't want to condemn the filmmaker because I like when people take chances. He took some chances here he shouldn't have, really.
Yeah. Editing.
Yes.
Blame the editor.
But I applaud him for taking chances and trying to be a little different. Just get an editor. Please get an editor.
All right. Don't come out with the director's cut. That'd be awful.
Oh, wow.
If that wasn't it, then I'm scared. Well, that's going to do it for this round of Big Movie Mouth Off. We will be here, as always, at Groovy Cinema Pub, reviewing more films for you. And we'll catch you next week with more films.